What's up, Menace soldiers? I'm the Lion, so welcome back to the video. So today is an interesting video because today I'm going to be listing my top 10 things that I want to see in Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Before I begin, I just want to state that this is not a list that I think is actually going to happen. This is more of a list of things that I want to see. Now, we have a bunch of different trailers and there's been a bunch of different leaks. I've kind of ignored the majority of the leaks to try to just focus on believing that this final film is going to just end the whole Star Wars saga in a good manner and just leave the saga on a good note. And that's what I ultimately want the most. But with that said, there are a few things, well, 10 different things that I definitely want to see above everything else in this film. So with that said, if you guys enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more videos from me, please remember to like, subscribe, and turn notifications for more. And yeah, let's begin. Alright, starting off at number 10, pretty much just focus on making a good story before focusing on trying to throw the viewers off. As we all know, subverting expectations is kind of like a newer lingo that has been thrown around these past couple years. The idea of subverting expectations is interesting, but the execution of said idea usually ends up kind of falling flat and causing a lot of people to be unhappy with the final product. We've seen this in The Last Jedi, and we've seen this in the Game of Thrones Season 8. Stop trying to throw people off and write a good story. Give us a story that we want to see, give us a movie we want to see, and entertain us. Don't try to throw it off by taking a story and flipping it on its head just because. Don't do that. Fans have shown that they don't like that. Regardless of how you feel The Last Jedi, it has way too many different situations that just were not executed good. And I think we can all pretty much agree with that. So we have to make sure that the movie is actually good and entertaining before we go trying to subvert expectations. So that is a very important thing. And I think J.J. Abrams realized that. And I have faith in this movie, but I'm not going to get my hopes up because I also had faith in The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. The Force Awakens was alright, and The Last Jedi was, let's just say, rough. So let's make sure that doesn't happen again. Now moving on to number 9, show us Rey's training. Now the most recent trailer has shown like Rey running around on this like tree planet. Looks like she's kind of like using the Force to maybe do some type of training. I like that. We have yet to really see Rey actually train and actually make herself better at using the Force. She instantly is just good at it. And I understand there are people out there who are just naturally good at things, but there is room for improvement for everybody. And it would be cool to see if Rey's already this strong without even doing much. She should be possibly incredibly powerful, maybe on the scale of Anakin Skywalker or even Yoda when if she actually started practicing. So I really want to see more of that. I want to see her powers kind of become stronger, even if like the movie begins with her doing like a training montage and then like we find out, oh, she's been training for the last year or two, or whatever the time skip is. She's been training since the end of Last Jedi, so she's been really pumping it out. I'd be okay with that. So give me something like that. Make it seem like it makes more sense, because the prequels have shown us that to be a actual Force user, you have to practice. You can't just be great at it, unless of course you're a Skywalker. But even with that, you know, that would also connect to Rey if Rey is a reincarnation of Anakin Skywalker, as my theory goes, or whatever. Give us the proof. Now, of course, we're going to find out what Rey's true origin is, but that's not actually on this list because I know that's definitely going to be in this movie. But yeah, as far as Rey's training, show us why she deserves to be as powerful as she is. Not just give her powers because she's the female lead and females can do nothing wrong type of thing we got from The Last Jedi. So let's not do that. Let's actually make her a character. Let's make her a good character. Overall, I actually like Rey, but I don't really know why I like Rey. So give me a reason to really like Rey. I think the reason I like Rey is because I don't really care for any of the other characters. I guess I just like Rey because she's the Jedi character. So pretty much give me a reason to believe that Rey deserves the powers that she has, and therefore, in turn, I can like her more as a character. So, sounds a little complicated, but if you think about it, it's really not that complicated. At number 8, this is probably one of the most important parts of the original trilogy team. You gotta give Leia a proper send-off, and I'm almost certain they're going to. I actually think this film is going to begin right as Leia's funeral is happening. That is a very smart choice. I know that it's one of those things like, yes, everyone is predicting that. I know that you want to possibly subvert expectations and everyone's expecting them to do a funeral, but this is just one of those things where it's just okay. This is one of those times where you can just try not to throw a twist at us. Let us have this. You know, Leia, Carrie Fisher, the character and the real human being, they deserve a send-off proper. And not just because Carrie is an awesome person, but because Leia is a legendary character of cinema. So send her off right. And I think that's something that needs to be done. Like I said, don't worry about trying to throw off the fans, okay? Let it go. Let it happen. My one theory was that I think that the film should begin with Leia's funeral. And while all the heroes are standing around at her funeral, Kylo is actually there. And he actually came alone. He's in secret. And Rey looks over and sees Kylo, or someone looks over and sees Kylo, and they're initially going to fight. But then, like, Kylo clearly isn't there to fight. You know, he's there to mourn his mother. And that's when they're like, okay, well, we won't fight this time. I think that would be really crazy. Like, just imagine if that would have happened. Like, that'd be like the first scene, just something so somber. I think that would really make the characters seem more honorable and just have more, like, respect for them. At number 7, as we know, The Rise of Skywalker is the name, or the subtitle, of episode 9. So make a good reason for that name. I don't exactly know what it means yet. I'm pretty sure I can guess, but I don't want to guess because I don't want J.J. Abrams to see my guess and then be like, oh, they know what we're going to do and it's actually going to be good, so let's subvert their expectations. So while I don't actually know what the Rise of Skywalker means, in my opinion, I think it means that there are no more Jedi or Sith. Skywalker is just going to be the term for Force users. I'm guessing. I don't exactly know how that is going to go off. I think it's kind of like going to be like a Spartacus moment where if you guys haven't seen Spartacus before, at the very end where everyone would be like, who is Spartacus? I'm looking for Spartacus. And then one person would stand up, I am Spartacus, I am Spartacus, I am Spartacus. I don't know, maybe Rey has taken on the name of the Skywalker or something, like maybe that has become her hero name and she gets captured. And then a bunch of other Force users she starts teaming up with, and at the end, they're all about to kill him. And they're like, who is the actual Skywalker? And then everyone stands up, I'm the Skywalker, I'm the Skywalker, I'm the Skywalker. And then Rey and her Skywalkers are all there and prepared to fight. And I think that would be pretty interesting if they did something along those lines. I don't necessarily think they're going to do that route, but I think that's pretty cool. And it'd be a good callback to like one of the oldest rebellion stories of our time, of real life. And that would be Spartacus. So that'd be cool. I dig that. At number 6, this one is kind of like the same as number 5, but it's a little more important, I'd say. Number 6 is Make Me Like Rose. Rose is in the trailer. She didn't really do anything. She's going to be still thrust in front of us into the main cast, so make her good. That's all I want to say about that. Now at number 5, Make Me Like Finn. In episode 7, I didn't necessarily like Finn, but I think he had a charm to him. And then episode 8 just murdered his character. And he didn't really have much of a character in the first place, so let's make sure we fix that, and let's end the entire sequel trilogy on a high note with all 3 of the characters. That means Poe, Rey, and Finn, and of course Rose, and the new girl that they introduced, who you already know she's going to be like a badass character and have no faults. So that's kind of annoying. But then again, that is the Kathleen Kennedy Star Wars we have running right now, so we just kind of have to deal with that. Yeah, so 5 and 6 pretty much just go together. Just make me like the characters before they're gone. I mean, we might eventually see something beyond episode 9, maybe episode 10, 11, 12, maybe in another decade or so. Pretty much we had 2 movies to really enjoy these characters, and we don't. So make us enjoy them. You got it, JJ. Come on now, boy. So at number 4, I want the Force Ghosts to be more relevant, and we saw Force Ghost Yoda in episode 8. I thought he was fine. I would have preferred the CGI Yoda because the puppet Yoda looks a little too fake to me now, but I understand the nostalgia. We got to give that to the original trilogy guys. Let it go. it's not a big deal. That's a small thing. But I want to see the other characters. I'll be talking about another specific character I want to see, but you know, we got a bunch of characters who are still actors in Hollywood who are pretty famous still, who want to be in more movies. So, you know, Ian McGregor, I think he actually just like got announced as having his own show on Disney Plus coming out. It's called like Kenobi. He better be in this. You know, throw Qui-Gon in there. I'd even be okay if they threw Mace Windu in there. I would just love if they just cut to Mace Windu just being like, I don't like this new Kylo guy. I'm gonna slap them. You know what I mean? Just imagine, make them actually part of the story. Maybe have them fight Palpatine or something, or help to fight the ghost of Palpatine or the ghost of Snoke or whoever the bad guy's going to be. Have them help in the fight. I think that would be pretty cool. At number 3, this is probably a pretty important one for most fans of the prequels as well, but make the lightsaber duel in this film, like, great. It doesn't have to be on par with some of like the really good ones, like episode 3 and episode 1, but at least put it somewhere on par with episode 6. Do you know what I mean? Like, somewhere like above average, but it doesn't have to be like epic, but put some work into it. And I think it looks pretty cool, and I really wanted to see Luke and Snoke fight with lightsabers, but then that didn't happen. So let's just hope that they're able to deliver with that lightsaber fight, because this is an important one. It's gonna be the very last one of the entire series, so it's probably the most important lightsaber fight we're going to see since episode 3's. So make it good, JJ. I keep saying your name, bro. This all falls on you, dude. You have to save this saga. This is you, man. At number 2, this one is another personal opinion. I want Kylo's redemption to be good. I know it's coming. I don't know when it's coming. I don't know exactly how. Maybe Palpatine is planning to kill Kylo and Rey, and when he goes to attack them, Leia jumps in the way and she actually gets killed by Palpatine. And then that's when Kylo teams up with Rey, and then the two of them go and take down Palpatine. That would be pretty dope. And even if Kylo dies in that scene, maybe he gets the killing blow and then dies, or he takes the killing blow for Rey so Rey can finish off Palpatine. Especially if Rey is the reincarnation of Anakin Skywalker, and Anakin was supposed to bring balance to the Force, for he was the chosen one. That would mean that Rey is essentially the new chosen one, or she at least became that new chosen one, and using said prophecy, she then kills Palpatine and therefore officially brings a balance to the Force. I don't know. That's actually a pretty crazy theory right there. I think I might have just solved the ending. But like I said, I'm afraid to say that online, because then the directors are going to look at it and be like, oh, can't have that happen because it sounds too good. We got to subvert expectations. So I'll take that back. Pretend like you didn't hear that. This is the most important, if not the most needed thing I think episode 9 needs. We need Anakin. I don't care how they want to bring him in. I don't care if they want to do a Force Ghost, which I'm pretty sure they're going to do. I don't care if they want to do a clone. I think Anakin needs to return to finish off this this saga. Like I mentioned, if Rey is the new chosen one, that's fine. She can finish off Palpatine, but Anakin should show up. Even if Anakin is the one who comes over and talks to Kylo and is the one to make Kylo turn back to the good to help Rey, that would be boss. I don't know what's gonna happen, guys. This is just pure speculation, obviously, but that's what I want to see. So those are my top 10 things I want to see in Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, guys. What are your things you want to see? You don't have to do all top 10. You could do your own top 10 if you want, but let me know. Just at least do like a top 3. What do you guys want to see in this film? What do you want it to achieve? What are some crazy things you want to see? What are some things you don't want to see? Let me know. Comments below. Please remember to like, subscribe, and turn notifications for more videos. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.